Here's why Canada is a great place to live. One of the reasons is healthcare. I chose healthcare because I learned it in my geography class, and it was so interesting to me how all the systems around the world work. And I found out that Canada's socialized healthcare system is definitely one that I prefer. And here's what it means, and here's why. So, socialized healthcare is a system that is owned and operated by the government. Everyone has access to it, and it is paid through tax dollars. Canada has a socialized healthcare system. That means their doctors do not have to worry about whether their patients can pay and do their jobs without putting their morals aside because everyone can get the treatment they need. Canadians have the relief of knowing that they can get treated if something happens and do not have the great stress from insurance companies like other systems do, like the Americans' privatized system. You know that Canadian adults are half as likely to die from a stroke as those in other OECD countries. And in the area of lifestyle, compared with other OECD countries, males in Canada are 35% less likely to smoke. The OECD means Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development. It's a group of 37 member countries that discuss and develop economic social policy. Some other reasons on why it's great, like the Canadian system is great, is because they don't judge you based on who you are, what your race is, your gender, who you like, or anything to give you the treatment they need. Everybody's equal and everybody gets the same treatment that they need. And also, it's portable, which means a resident that moves to a different province or territory is still entitled to coverage from their home province, which is really good, and it can become very helpful, especially when traveling or moving just in general. Another reason why Canada is a great place to live is because of education. I chose this topic because I believe that Canada has a good education system. Canada spends more on education per capita than other countries in the world. It has 100 universities, 15,500 elementary and secondary schools, and it has 3 of the top 20 best student cities in the world. Students from around the world rank Canada as the second most welcoming country for international students. This means that Canada is a predominantly contributor to tech, medical, science, and industry fields. It also has an important part in research and advancement. Canada is ranked the #1 country in the world when it comes to educated citizens, with half of the population holding a post-secondary degree. The more educated the people in the country are, the more success they will have in making a better life, which is why Canada is a great place if you want to have a good education. It also has the free public systems for its residents, and so you don't have to pay to go to school for your kids. As mentioned before, how it's welcoming to students, like international students, it's because Canada has a really great culture. It allows a lot of immigrants and people and refugees and people from other cultures, which is part of the reason on why Canada has such a great culture, which is my next topic. I believe that culture is very important when it comes to countries and great places to live because it really shows diversity and different ways of people living, and the only way to improve is to look at other people and work together and see what they're doing and to work off and build off of each other to create a good world. And I feel like Canada's doing it right with its inclusivity and diversity. It has about 30 ethnic communities that have 100,000 people. The top ethnic communities in Canada, in no order, are 21.9% of Canada's population was born outside of Canada. It's that inclusive. In 1971, there was the introduction to the multiculturalism policy. These were its key objectives. And here were some statistics from 2017. Not only that, Native art is beautiful, and especially if you go more up north in Canada, you see it everywhere. It's very nice. I even had the opportunity to take a Native art class in my high school. Canada has also become considerably great in accepting LGBTQ people, like it's LGBTQ citizens. Even from my own experiences as a queer teenager in Canada, it has been very good especially here. I don't know if I would have gotten the same treatment in other countries. They were one of the first countries to allow gay marriage in 2014, I believe. Canada is home to approximately 1 million people who are LGBTQ. 4% of the total population aged 15 and older in 2018. Another reason why Canada is a great place to live is because of its flora and fauna. Nature and animals is an important part of Canada's identity. It is home to about 80,000 plants and animal species. Here are some of Canada's favorite animals. Here are some of its plants that are native of Canada. Some things that Canada has taken to protect it are establishments of national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, and biosphere reserves to protect our natural vegetation and wildlife, and putting a ban on killing lions, tigers, deer, great Indian bustards, and peacocks. Canada does a lot to protect its animals, and it's truly amazing to see, and it's great if you really like wildlife and you really like plants. The nature is beautiful, and there's just so much to see. Here are all of Canada's national parks. Here are some of the areas that you can see some of the animals in. Well, we got the animals, now we gotta have the ecozones. Canada actually has 15 terrestrial ecozones and 5 marine ecozones to explore. Healthy ecosystems provide clean water, clean air, food, natural resources, recreational space, and wildlife habitats that are also important to Indigenous cultures. Here is a map of the terrestrial ecosystems, and here is a map of the marine ecosystems of Canada. Did you know that actually that lots of countries struggle with not having enough clean water to drink? Canada actually has 7% of the world's renewable fresh water, which is also great because we have a bunch more water and we run out less, and we're actually also able to help other countries in need when they need extra water. Canada also has great landform regions. Canada has more lake area than any other country in the world, with 563 lakes larger than 100 square kilometers. The Great Lakes, standing in the Canadian-US boundary, contain 18% of the world's fresh lake water. All those lakes, there's a bunch of fishing you can do too, commercial or non-commercial, just for yourself. It's honestly great, and there's a bunch of fish you can take home for your family, for your friends. So if you like fishing, Canada is a great place to go to. There's even competitive fishing you can do. So the landform regions of Canada, here's for the landform regions of Canada, it is divided into 7 landform regions. The Western Cordillera, the Interior Plains, Canadian Shield, the Great Lakes St. Lawrence Lowlands, the Appalachians, the Arctic and Hudson Bay Lowlands, and the Inuit Mountains.